Now it has come to a state where it seems it's almost an open war. Like, in the space of 1 week, the state secretary of the CPM, Sri Kuriyeri Balakrishnan, has written 2 articles in Deshabhiman. Direct allegations that you are part of a conspiracy to bring down the state government, number 1. Number 2, you're being a tool in the hands of the BJP as well as the Modi administration. 4, you are trying to saffronize the universities because BJP could not make a major headway in terms of state electoral politics. So it has become totally political.
It is up to them. I am not making any kind. If they are writing, they only can reply to this situation. My concern is that if non-saffronization or preventing saffronization means that you appoint teachers in the universities who are not even qualified to be summoned for the interview, and you surpass those. I do not know if the man who secured 600, if at all anybody is going to benefit from, if it happens. I do not know, because so far we do not. But I have stayed the appointment, it is right. But finally, if my action is proved to be right, after, because it is only a stay, it has not been annulled. I will hear both the sides, I will hold proper hearing on that. And when final outcome comes, and that is in accordance with the, if it is, I am not saying it can be, because how do I know? It will be only after examining the records in detail. If it is found, prima facie, what has led me to stay the appointment, prima facie appears that the allegation is right.
Okay.
And if finally it is proved it is right, who is going to benefit? The man who had, this candidate who was, they were proposing to appoint, she had 154 marks in the ranking. She had
the research score.
She had not research score. She did not have the required teaching experience. And who will benefit from this? The man who had secured 641 marks. And his research and his publications are more than double. But he has been given low marks
in the interview.
Even on that score, research, he has been given 7 with so many publications, and the one who has only few publications has been given 6 marks. And in other things, this candidate has been given much more than was given to others. A candidate with 340 research, what you said?
Research score,
who had 340 research, he was given only 3 or 4 marks. So if this irregularity or this illegality comes to an end, who will benefit? Some BJP member? Who will benefit? The man who has secured 641 is not choice of the BJP. And they have seen, people know, when appointment for the Calicut University, you just refer to your own stories and see the papers, that how many stories were published from Delhi, from BJP, from RSS. The pressure is to appoint this person. Was that person appointed? I ask you. Be fair in assessment. And not 1 or 2 stories, because that matter remained pending for about 2 months. Was that person appointed? No. I cannot, I welcome criticism. Why? Because if criticism is fair, then it will give me an opportunity to mend my ways. I welcome, as dissent is the essence of democracy, I welcome. But if the criticism is totally unfair, and these, just imagine, if I had not stayed, if I had not constituted, I am under constitution or under obligation, it is my duty, that I should constitute the selection committee 3 months before the incumbent David's office.
Right.
We wrote to the Kerala University to nominate their representative. Right. We wrote to UGC, and I appointed my nominee, who will be convener of the committee. Kerala University did not even acknowledge the letter of the Rajbhavan. Okay. At whose instance? You can go to Kerala University and you can know from people. It is not Vice Chancellor who takes the decisions there. It is a small-time lawyer who is a member of the syndicate who has been nominated. He will give instructions to the Vice Chancellor. Everybody knows in Kerala. Go to the Kerala. These Johnnies, they are running the university. Vice Chancellors are sitting there just as facade. What has happened to Kerala? I can't accept this situation. They did not acknowledge the letter of the Rajbhavan. Then they were reminded that by 5th of August you have to send the name necessarily. Then you will be surprised to know if I give you the full detail. They wrote back because they were given final thing.
Ultimatum.
They said they had not informed us. But now Vice Chancellor in his letter is saying, Mr. So-and-so, who is Vice Chairman of the Planning Commission, was nominated by us, but he has declined. And 4 days before this letter comes to the Rajbhavan, 5 days before, the day I was leaving for Delhi, when I had given instruction to 5 or 6 days before, when I had given instruction to the secretary to remind the Vice Chancellor that if by 5th they do not send the name, we will constitute the committee. That day, the finance minister, I am naming him, finance minister comes to Rajbhavan.
Sri K.N. Balagopal?
Finance minister, I don't remember exactly, with the request. He is a very nice person. He is a gentleman. And he very politely requested me. Very politely. He was not exceeding, I am not complaining against him. He is a very nice person. Thorough gentleman. And he very politely requested me